Can you hear me, guys? Okay, fine. Very good evening, one and all. So now the time is exactly 4:15 p.m. So I will move to the assignment topic first. So yesterday I have given an assignment, guys. So one of the student from EC department submitted this assignment. Let me write it here. A very good evening. Very good evening. So yesterday we have already discussed. Anyway, I will explain again. So 1 minute. Here, open is a predefined function to open a file, and write is a function which is used to write the data to the file. That means whatever the statement you are written in the double quotes in the write function, it should be written in the bvc.txt file. And here w is a mode of operation, so w is nothing but to write, and f.close is nothing but this is a method. So whenever we are closing this, for example, if my work is done in our Spider, so you will close the window, right? So in the same way you have to close the file. So that's the reason f.close. It does not require any parameter. Okay. So and this is the that means you can write the same lines in single program. That means reading and writing in a single program. So whether the Python assignment, that means she is writing like Python assignment in the bvc.txt file. So it should be written in bvc.txt file. You can check in your library itself. But if you want to show here only, then you can give like f open, but we should give read mode. Okay, so you should give read mode, that is R. F dot read means that line will be read. That means that line will be read. Python assignment will be printed here. So I am giving print only. F dot close. That means I am closing. So now I would like to run this, guys. So Python assignment. My program again. Now the time is 4:16 p.m. actually. So let me check in my library. 1 minute. So this is my local disk. This is my computer drives. So let me open C users and Kumar and Anaconda or Spider P3 my programs. I have taken a folder like my programs. So here bvc.txt file is created at 4:16 p.m. So you can check. So here you can check easily. So it is showing like 4:16 p.m. bvc. So if it is successful, then you can open. If the message like Python assignment, it is getting like that, our program is successful. So I think hope everybody understand in the last class, right? So many students also submitted the assignment. Thank you, guys. And I have given one more question to find the biggest, find the division of two numbers. So with using functions only. Okay. So I would like to execute that question also. So this is the question. This is the answer actually. 1 minute. I would like to show name. So her roll number is 449 actually. So she submitted this assignment, and her name is Sheikh Subhavira. Okay. So Begum. Okay. So she submitted this assignment. Okay. I always used to tell at least one assignment. That means I would like to explain from you only, because you can all I would like to encourage you guys. Okay. So next here I'm taking, you know that whether you are writing def keyword in function here, this will not be executed at all, because this should be called. This is actually a called method. That means it should be called method. Called method means it should be calling here. So this line will be executed first. You have to understand very carefully. That means the program execution starting from 13th line. N equal to int of input, enter first number. It will ask enter the first number. If I am giving like 10, it will be stored in n. Okay, it will be stored in n. So m equal to int of enter second number. I am giving like m equal to, so second number I am giving like m. Okay, you can take any variable a, b. She is taking like nm. Usually many students take like mn or xy or something else. Anyway, that's not a problem at all. So division is, this is a message only. Here this is called calling function. You should understand very carefully. So if you are writing any running notes, you should clearly note down. So this is called a calling function. So calling function means division. This is a user defined function. Division is a user defined function. You should understand carefully, because there is no division is a predefined method. So we have the predefined method like input. Okay, so input is a predefined function. Okay, so on factorial we discussed in the last class. GCD is a predefined function. So here division is a user defined function. That means the function which are defined by Miss Begum. Okay, so she created like that. Okay, so you can create in your own way. That's the reason the definition itself is called as a the functions which are defined by the user. Okay, now whenever it is going to nm, these values will be copied to this part, that means nm. So that means again it will copy like n value as 10, m value as 3. So result equal to n by m, that means result equal to n by m means 10 by 3. 10 by 3 means result will be printed here, return result. Return result means 10 by 3 is 3.333. This it will be displayed like that. Okay, here I am giving only division operation. You should understand carefully, guys. So that means here def acts like a loop statement. For example, when you are giving a for loop or if condition, you usually print like colon here. That means the colon is nothing but this indentation is nothing but in Python we may not give any curly braces. So this indicates that division function body these are the two statements are the inside of the body. That means division statement body, these are the statements. You can also give like return res. You can give like return of n by m also. You can write directly expression also, because in yesterday's I have shared my material. You can check. You can give the expression also. Return allows the expression also. Return not only gives the value. You can use the return statement with expression also, because return is a keyword. Because usually I always used to prefer, because if actually we have 35 keywords currently in the 3.7 version of Python. Okay, we have covered a lot of keywords every day. Okay, so if I would like to know about return, this is a keyword actually. Okay, so whenever in examination at least explain any 10 keywords, then you have to explain clearly. Break is a keyword which is used to terminate the particular loop, and continue is used to iterate the loop. For example, if I am giving a continue statement inside the loop, it will skip from the particular iteration and it will go back to the condition part and it will execute the remaining statements. So you can tell like that. Okay, so there is a command which you use to delete the list elements, delete the tuple, delete the list, entire list. Okay, so you can tell like that. So while is a loop and for is a loop, like that. So in the same way, whenever what is written in a function is nothing but return is used to control back to the calling function. That means that value will be moved to the main function. That's main function. Here there is no main actually, but inside main will be there actually. Okay, that means Python itself, it will the code will be written like that. That means by default Python developer defined like main should not be declared actually. So as like semicolon and all like that. Okay, so here it is like a main function actually. So whenever you are giving res means this value will be returned. Return means it will go back to the function calling function part. So this value returned here, that means division is 3.33 something will be displayed like that. Okay, so let me run it, guys. And yesterday I have discussed about the def keyword, right? Yesterday I have discussed about the def keyword. Okay, you can use no problem, but I am asking the question here, you can use only function only. Okay, so enter first number, I am giving like 10. I am second given number 3, so it is getting 3.33. Here you don't need to declare the floor division. You can give n by m. Okay, so here you can do this program in lot of ways. Okay, so let me explain. So just now I told that here res variable is not required actually. You can declare like n by m here directly. That is also fine. You will get the same result. Okay, don't worry. So now I am giving 10 and I am giving 3 again. I am getting the same result. There is no difference at all. Okay, so I hope you everyone understand that. So okay, concept. And so division, this is the predefined this is a user defined method. Here you can declare like divisi. Here you have to declare divisi. Okay, let me run it again. If I am giving like 10 and I am giving like 2, it will give 5.0. Okay, but if I am removing I here, if I am removing I here, okay, so this is a calling function. It is getting error obviously. Okay, so this is a calling function, but this is not declared the body. So that's the reason it is getting error. Okay, so that's the reason we have to declare a name. 1 minute, I will give. 1 minute, guys. I think hope it will executing still. 1 minute, guys. Okay. Why it is still executing? So 1 minute. Yes, Okay. Okay, now it is getting error, right? So name divisa is not defined. Okay, sometimes the spider will not work properly. That's the reason it is getting like it is executing. Okay, so but it will not execute, guys. Okay, so that means here the function name is not matching here. So you have to give si. So you can give any name. That's why it is called as a user defined function. But it should be the meaningful name. That means, for example, if I am giving here divisa, here I also am giving divisa. But if I am giving like 9 here, if I'm giving like 9 here, okay, just I'm giving example, right? So let me run it. It is getting error because invalid syntax, because the as where you know that already. So for example, if I'm giving a equal to 10, it is fine. If I'm giving number 1 equal to 10, it is also fine. Okay, so yesterday I told that if I'm giving like 1 and m, it is wrong, because you have to know the what is a variable first. That's the reason we have discussed about the variables concept in August month. Okay, so everything is dependent upon programming is nothing but everything is dependent. So how we can create a variable? If I am giving one number, it is invalid. It is invalid. Okay, so let me run it once. Please wait. Print of one number. Okay, it is getting syntax error, invalid syntax. Okay, if I am giving number only, it will not get any error message. See, these are also very important in a special interview point of view, because they will give a question like which one is the valid variable name here in Python dash a b c d. They will give like that. In that some syntax underscore will be there, hyphen will be there, spaces will be there, the number will be preceded in the particular variable. So you have to identify what are the what are the rules of various identifiers. So we have to know the variable should be in either capital letter or small letter. In the same way, the function name also you should follow the variable rules. Okay, so we have a lot of rules, not only single rule. So we don't use the keyword names as a variable names. Okay, so both uppercase and lowercase letters are valid, but it should be different only. That means if you are giving capital A and small a, that will be both are different only. It will act like both are different only. Okay, so and for example, if you are taking a number as a first digit, it will give the error, because alphabets and underscore should be there in the first character. So it is very important. That means if, for example, if I am giving 9 here, I am just giving underscore. Okay, if I am giving like underscore, 1 minute guys, 1 minute. Okay, so now I am running the program. Now it is getting, because underscore is allowed in the first character. That is the identifier rules. You have to remember all the concepts, because whenever you are entering the deep learning, this is actually deep learning concept today. Okay, because we are not learning in a proper way, that we are not learning in a very easy way. Okay? We are entering into the deep learning part. That means we are covering all the topics in detailed manner, right? So anyway, fine. Thank you guys. I would like to move to the today's topic. uh, so thank you all of you who are submitting the assignment. So if you have any more questions, you can ask, no problem. And you can do a lot of operations with functions. Actually, some students may think that, so we can perform division of two numbers within 2 lines. What is the use of function? Some they think like that. Okay. So I have given a small examples for understanding purpose. Okay. So the if you are giving if you're giving like m equal to m comma n equal to 10 comma 3. Okay, so print, you should some may think like this. Okay, they don't know what is the main use of function. Okay, if I'm giving like this, I'm getting the division, right? 3.35. Then why we need to write all these statements? It's a waste of line. What is the use of function and all? Don't think like that way. Okay, I'm giving an example to understanding purpose. Okay, because if I'm giving a direct program like for example, if I would like to perform a factorial GCD, recursive and non-recursive Fibonacci recursion, if I'm asking that question, you may get that. If I'm telling a first example as in that itself, you may not understand. That's the reason I'm telling how to call a method, and how to give an arguments. You have to know the rules first. That's the reason only I'm telling in this way. Okay, that means you will know the importance of function very soon. Don't worry. Okay, so that means using function also they will ask questions in interview point of view also. You should remember in this way. So if you want to perform multiplication or division, whatever it may be, let me give multiplication. Then you can give here instead of divisa, for example, if I am giving like mult. Okay, if I am giving like mult and I am giving like mult. Okay, and you should remember here here nm here I am giving nm. So for example, if you are giving nm, if I am giving it x comma y here, okay, it will not get any error message. Okay, so if I am giving x comma y, because I have to explain this way also, because these are the very important questions in interview point of view. Let me explain, guys. Okay, so for example, if I am giving nm, so some students may think like here we have to give nm. No, guys. Okay, you should think. I will tell you very important question now. Function. First of all, in interview point of view, everybody is asking like what is a function, because in C language and Java there is lot of functions are there. So every function is having some functionality. So you have to know the first definition, because usually in interviews they will ask so many questions like functions only. So yesterday I got the information from TCS people. Whoever qualified in TCS Code Beta, they will get an opportunity. Today they are having interviews on around 10:30 a.m. Okay, so one student, we have created a separate WhatsApp group for them, and we intimated them to if anyone's completed the interviews, they have to post their questions in that group. That means the remaining students may know how to prepare like that. So some student posted me today, like when I roll number 520 from finalist student. His name is Subramanyam Sai Jayanti. Okay, so his name is Sai actually. So roll number 520. So he posted one question around 11:30. Around 11:30 he completed the interview. So he posted one question. So in the interview, you're asking that question, which is your favorite subject in your engineering? So he said that. So I got the he said all the questions. If you would like to know, I will forward in Python group also. So you may know how they are asking in the interview point of view. Okay. So they asked, he told that Python is my favorite subject. Are you sure? Is there any other subject is there? Interviewer asking like that. Okay. So now he said that yes, Python only is my favorite subject. Okay. So then I will ask some questions in Python. You have to answer. Okay. So he told, oh yes sir, definitely I will tell. So the first question is called he said that what is a slicing? What is a slicing? So he asked, the interviewer asked like what is a slicing? Then he answered everything. He answered everything. He is very fine today. He told me that my experience was very good, sir. So if he is getting the opportunity, he may get almost 6 lakhs per annum, because it's a code beta. It's not a main. It's a main contest actually for TCS. Okay, so you know slicing. What do you mean by slicing? That means you can take a part of the string. If you don't know the definition itself, if you know the English, that means you know slice. What is meant by slice? That means if you want to piece something, for example, if I'm having a watermelon, okay, so if you're taking some piece like that, means it's a slicing, right? So this is a common sense point. Okay, so he told that slicing is important in a list or a tuple or any data type in string also. So we can easily access the substring and sub elements. For example, if you are having a group of elements, we can use that element and then ask the interviewer what is the symbol for slice. So he said that we have to give a subscript and have to give colon. So we have already discussed that. Okay, so okay, that completed, that part is completed. And again he asked about what is negative indexing. So really I'm very happy to see that question actually. Okay, so what is negative indexing? I told you guys. Okay, so in lists and in tuples and also in strings, we have a negative indexing concept in Python. There is no negative indexing concept in C and Java. Okay, so that means if you are having a string like BVC, so it can be accessible from left to right or right to left. But so he said very easily that definition, that means this is whenever you are accessing the negative indexing is nothing but you can access the string from right to left also. So that means here this will be accessed from -1, this position is -2, this position is -3. So interviewer is asking like sometimes he is asking that you have to share your screen. Okay, that means the student who is attending the interview have to share his screen and he has to write the program, and then he has to open the text notepad like that, and he has to write a program and he has to explain like I'm using a drawing tools for I'm writing like here, I'm writing like this, right? He has to use like that. So they will ask so many questions regarding this. Okay, but he's asking only those 2 questions, I think so. Okay, it's a very easy questions, guys. So you have to prepare in this way. If you are getting like, if you are in some may ask like what is a recursive function. Okay, recursive functions are also very important, guys. Okay, so recursion is nothing but you know already, the function calls by itself. So the function is a very easy concept actually. Whenever you are having a large amount of space, large amount of program like 10 15 lines or 100 lines of code, you can minimize the code easily by using function. Okay, so anyway we will see. So before going that, we would like to perform more operations and we have to discuss about more things. Okay, next. So in Java and C++, program starts from main, although we have many number of functions. Yes, from where it start in Python, if you have multiple function. If you have multiple function also, it will start from whatever the line you are giving space. Just now I written like this. Vishnu, you are asking good doubt. So for example, here how you can decide, like for example, if I am writing in this way also, if it is in the program line. For example, let me run it here. Okay, if I am running these 3 lines only. Okay, if I am running these 3 lines only, so now I'm getting 10, I'm giving 2. It is getting error because there is no multiplication is not defined. So that means you have to select. If it is far away also, you can select, that's all. Okay, that means how it is remembering means it is just, okay, that means whether it is check whether def keyword is there or not. That means he is defined the function or not. In that way it will works here. Okay, hope your doubt clear. Next. Now I'm getting the answer right. Okay, so here we have to follow indentation only. This is only the absolutely good part in this. Okay, so if you're giving here, even if you're giving return statement like here, it will get error because you're giving a colon, means you have to give 4 spaces after that. So you have to follow that rule first. Okay, and if I'm giving like 2 spaces here, then also it will get error because Python always follows indentation. Even sometimes they may get question like what is indentation. Okay, so you have to prepare what is indentation also, because everybody is telling Python whenever we are having interviews. Okay, so anyway guys, so we have only few topics according to the syllabus. Okay, but I would like to giving more knowledge about in-depth knowledge about the functions, guys. Okay, so that's the reason I am taking an extra arguments like types of argument. This is the topic I would like to discuss, and I will move to the next topic. Okay, after completion of this. So types of arguments. What is an argument? First of all, let me explain. So what is argument? So here I have to explain one thing. So one question is very important, especially in calling function and call function. So the question is, which one is called as actual, which one is called as actual arguments, okay, or actual parameters. First of all, you should understand the definition. Argument. So that means here you are calling the function like mult n comma m. Here this is a calling function. You should remember this. This is a calling function. So this is called function. Okay. Here n comma m. These are nothing but actual arguments. That means if you are giving 10 4, it will pass 10 comma 4 to the x and y. That means if you are giving n comma m or x comma y, whatever it may be, it will access, because it will not pass n and m to these particular x and y. The 10 and 4 will be copied, and 10 will be copied to x, and 4 will be copied to y. So these are called as formal parameters. They are asking the question like, what is an actual arguments? The arguments which are passed at calling function. You should understand, very easy definition. You don't need to by heart actually. Once again I am telling. Okay, so whenever we have the arguments, okay, or the arguments which are present in the calling function are called as actual arguments. Okay, and what are the formal arguments? Formal arguments are nothing but the arguments which are passed at called function. That means which it is calling, that means it is called. So this is the definition only. Okay, so here they will ask one more question. So some may ask like, that means for example in calling function, can we give any constant values instead of variables? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. You should understand. Okay, that means for example if I am giving instead of n comma m, I am removing n comma m here, guys. So now I am removing these 2 elements. I am just giving instead of n comma m, I am giving 10 comma 3 here directly. That means in the interview bits also you can found that actual arguments are dash. They will give like that actually. Okay, so actual arguments are, you can take expression, variable or constant also. For example, let me explain 10 comma 3. That means 10 will be directly copied to x and 3 will be copied to y. Here, what is the actual arguments? 10 and 3 are actual arguments and x and y are formal arguments. Okay. So even some students, they may confuse. At the time of interview, the arguments which are presented, call function is called actual arguments. No guys, the definition itself, it is saying that calling means it is actual. Actual is nothing but the word itself, it is saying that it is very important, right? Actual means it is very important, right? So let me run it, guys. So division is 30. This is also way you can perform, like you can do in a lot of ways. So this is called formal arguments and this is called actual arguments. But here in Python, it is completely different. I will tell you and how to create arguments. So in what that means I think second CSE students, especially guys, I think these are the concepts are not necessary to prepare for the external examination. I think so. But I will give you clarity because of interview purpose only. I am telling today. And I will explain what is the types of arguments in Python. Okay, so let me explain, guys, what are the various types of arguments. Once again, I am telling that the arguments are nothing but parameters. What is meant by arguments? That means whatever the values you are taking in brackets, that means in parentheses, those are called as arguments actually. Okay, and mult is a function name that is called calling function. Okay, so let me explain this. There may be several types of arguments which can be passed at the time of function call. So one is called required arguments, default keyword arguments, variable length arguments. These are the various things. So in C language, actually in C language, okay, in C language and Java also, I would like to tell one bit. So here, that means the formal arguments always dash. If they were giving question like that, here the formal arguments always should be variables only in C language and Java. Once again, I am repeating. Okay, here you can take variables. Variables means you can take m and y. N. Constants means values. That means you can take constants also. If you want to take expression also, for example, instead of 10, you can give 5 plus 5. Instead of 3, you can give 1 plus 2. Then 1 plus 2 will be copied to y. That means actual arguments allows constants, variables, and expressions. But formal arguments always allows variables only. This is very important bit in C language and Java. Okay. So, but in Python it is somewhat different. Hope you understand definitely. So I will explain, guys. But I don't want to give the complete description because I don't want to explain all this matter. You can study. I will give you an example only. Then only you can understand easily. Okay, because if I am reading all these things, it will take so much of time. So still I'm suffering from so many things here. Okay, still even tomorrow also I'm having tomorrow and the day after tomorrow, even Sunday is also having JEE advanced examination in our college. I would like to inform you guys. And tomorrow and day after tomorrow, I don't want to take the class. I will conduct the class on Monday. Okay, because my mind is also not working properly. I think it may stop. My heart may stop. I don't know. Okay, so because some hectic tensions are there. Okay, so hope you understand, guys. I will teach the class on Monday again. Okay. So okay. Anyway, I don't want to describe all these things. You can study when I'm sharing this material, guys. So because there is no rest from morning to around 5:30. I'm from morning 5:30 to almost 11:30. Okay. So every day I'm very busy with some things. Okay. So please hope you understand, guys. So now let me explain, guys. So what is a required arguments first? Required arguments are nothing but we have learned about function calling just now, and we can provide the arguments at the time of function call. As far as the required arguments is concerned, these are the arguments which are required to be passed at the time of function calling. That means, for example, if I am giving x comma y here, you are getting like 10 will be copied to x and y will be copied to 3. So now I am giving comma 3 here. I am removing comma 3 here. Just I am giving 10. Okay. So you can easily know what is the required arguments. Now it is getting Python having. So sometimes you may get questions like what are the different types of errors in Python. You will get a question in the interview point of view also. You should understand, because in C language and Java we have like syntax errors, logical errors, warnings. What is meant by warning? When you will get a warning? If you are declaring a 3 variables, if you are not using the 1 variable, then you will get a warning. Okay, what is an error? For example, if I am removing a semicolon, you will get a syntax error. What is a logical error? For example, if I am giving a 10 and if I am giving a value 0, if I am performing a division of 0, okay, if I am performing a division of 0, then what will happen? Now I would like to ask you guys. So I have given a question in the assignment. Why I am giving division only? Anyone do with that 10 by 0? Anyone here in this platform? Almost 249 students are there here. Okay, almost 249 students are there. So I would like to ask you guys, anyone, at least one person, if you are giving 0, what happened? It is getting any error. Anyone done? So are you done? 415, please tell me. Okay, so no error. Some students are telling that no error. Some students are telling that divide by 0 error, like that. Okay. So anyway, in C language, it is nothing but a logical error actually, because there is a that means that is a runtime error actually. So runtime error actually, logical error in the sense, for example, if you're using like math function, if you're using like math function, if you're using a square root function, and if you're not giving a math module also, it will give logical error. So that means you cannot found in alt F9 time, it will found in control F9 time. Okay, so if you're giving like printf spelling like print only, then you can found like that. Okay, so those are nothing but error. But division by 0, that's the reason I'm giving. Okay, that means it can be handled in Java and Python also. Okay, that means division by 0 means if you got these doubts, okay, you have to think like object oriented programming. In C language, such facility is not there. Still there is no change in C language. If you perform division by 0, it will not get any error in this compilation time. It will get the like a divide by error in the C language. Let me explain anyway. So if you, I will show definitely, so you can easily understand. So in my computer, almost all softwares are only computer, like for example, C language softwares, Java software. These are the things only. So I will explain. Here I am giving 0, guys. Here I am giving 0, guys. So instead of sum, I am giving, okay, divided by. So slash. So instead of sum, so I'm giving d is divided by is. Okay, so let me give like int or float, whatever it may be, not a problem. So let me give float only. This is C language editor, everyone knows. I'm giving %f, I'm printing C. Okay, so in C language still we have this drawback. I'm giving alt F9. Okay, 1 minute, guys. So too many declaration. Why it is too many declaration? 1 minute. Okay, so int is there, right? Okay, no problem. So now I'm getting, now you can check, guys. So I'm getting 0 errors and 0 warnings. That means I'm not getting any error. That means 20 by 0 cannot be performed in C language, but it is not getting any error. Okay, so that means compilation time it is not getting an error. Let me explain in control F9. Now it is getting DEVI is equal to plus INF. DEVI is equal to plus INF. It is getting like this. But if you see, if you run the same program, okay, if you run the same program in Windows 7 operating system, then you will get divide by error. That means here I am using only like Windows 10 version only, and it is getting like plus INF. That means here, of course, it is true. Okay, but INF, what is INF? Let me explain, guys. You know that INF is infinity, right? 1 minute, guys. There is no infinity symbol in our keyboard. We may not get that value, right? Yes. Anjani is telling that she is getting error. Okay, let me explain. Anjani. So here, so I have to perform divided by. So actually, our topic is changing now. Now, 1 minute, guys. So because I have to ask this question, because whenever I'm giving experiment, you have to do experiment. Then only you should understand. I'm giving 10 by 0 here. Okay. So let me explain, guys. So you can check divide by 0. It is error, right? It is error actually. So, but it should be handled by using. You can know. I think Java students may know. Whoever learn in Java, we all know the knowledge in Java. Okay. It is getting division by 0 error. That means if you're giving 10 by 2, you're getting answer. You're just posting your assignment. No. You have to do like this. Okay. You should check with all the values. What will happen? Now it is getting error. That means in Python we have the facility to handle that particular error by using try. That means exception handling. You have to remember that concept. Whenever it is getting like these type of errors, you can handle by using those are object oriented operations. Okay, we will discuss later. Don't worry. Okay, because I have to explain try block about all these things. Then only you should understand why if I'm giving like that, what will happen. Okay, but very soon we will go to that part. Don't worry. Okay, exception handling is very good, guys. Next, So I think hope you understand guys what are the required arguments. That means if you are giving the number of arguments 2 here, then you have to specify 2 compulsory. If you are giving only one argument, then it will get error, right? So that's the reason it is getting like this. Okay. So now, so for example, if I am giving 10, 20, 30, okay, what will happen? Let me check guys. Divide takes 2 positional arguments, but 3 were given. The error is very clear, right? So here in Python, you have to know about type error. That means sometimes we may get different errors. We should understand what is a type error. Okay, what is a type error? In the earlier, you can write like invalid syntax. Sometimes it is getting like. In which cases it is getting? You have to remember, because whenever in the interviews also they will ask what are the different types of errors you can found in your Python subject. Okay, you may get such type of errors. Okay, so before going to further, I would like to one thing explain, guys. If you have any doubts, you can mention in the chat box. From today onwards, I don't want to post the feedback link because I'm having so much of time it is taking, like it is creating and it is downloading and it is printing like that. Okay, so I don't want to post the feedback link. If you have any more questions, you can mention in the chat box itself. Whenever you are attending, so you are giving like email ID while attending it through Zoom. So I will collect the Gmail, those IDs, and I will send the material to you guys. Okay, but here whoever attending, for example, if I am taking the session 60 minutes, whoever attending at least 50 plus minutes, that means whoever staying up to 50 minutes, I will forward the material to those students only. Okay, so this is very important guys, because when I'm checking the attendance to all of you, so some students, even second CSC students are also some students are very good, like 507 and 514, especially I don't forget those names, second CSC students. They will attend only 1 minute, 2 minutes, they will get attendance as present. But that's the reason from today onwards uh, I mark them as a absent for every time. Okay, so because we have a lot of opportunities in Gmail, in a GL platform. Okay, we can change present as absent also if you're doing like that. Okay, so that's the reason, if you're whoever are attending regularly. Okay, so I will note down everything, each and everything. Okay, so that's the reason I had taken this decision. So though I don't want to post the feedback, remember this. So I think you know that division takes here. I'm giving 3 parameters. If I'm giving like x comma y comma z, so I'm just like x by y z, it cannot be performed like. So if I'm giving x plus y y z, for example, I'm using 3 expressions in the values. Okay, so now it will works. Now it will works. 1 minute guys, it is taking some time. Okay, so it is getting right. That means I'm giving 3 parameters. Here I'm giving 3 arguments. Okay, so all are safe, right? So this is nothing but required arguments. I think hope you understand guys, but I will explain with an example. So I will explain with an example. This is very easy guys. I'm giving definition def keyword func of name, but you have to understand the program from this line onwards, because this is part of the called function. You don't think about this first of all. Enter the name. I'm giving John. Print func of name. That means function of name. I'm creating a name. This is a user defined function. Okay. This is a name is a parameter. Okay. That means whatever the John I am giving in the runtime, it will be allocated to this position, and message equal to hi plus name. That means I'm adding the I'm getting the concatenation hi plus John. That means return message. That means return message means whenever you're giving return, it will printed here. But in C language, you to float so easy to explain the sample guys. So, if I'm in 2 minutes, if I'm calculate of a plus b in spider, so I'm giving here. So let me clear the console. So df calculate of a comma b, return of a plus b, calculate 10 comma, I'm giving only 10. I'm not giving 2 arguments. Now it will get error. Now it will get error. Like calculate missing one required argument b. That means there is no argument for argue. Wow, what happened? My voice is breaking. I think due to network problem. I think so. Sorry guys. Sorry. So 1 minute. I think due to network problem. Let me check guys, please. Sometimes it happens because I'm in the college, you know, right? So yes, it is connected. 1 minute, guys, please. So sometimes it may happen, guys. Please, I think you have to understand. I think it's clear now because it depends, completely depends upon internet. So I think you know about our college, right? So sometimes it may happen because in our home also it is getting like sometimes we were getting network failures. That's the reason I have given option 50 minutes for at least attendance. If you're getting 10 minutes disturbance. Okay. So anyway, fine. I think it is clear now. So I don't want to waste the time. Okay, fine. Thank you, guys. If you're still having any problem, please let me know. Your voice is clear. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So let me run it, guys. So it is getting like positional argument B. That means here it is not. That means this cause an error. I know it is getting error. That's the reason I'm getting output. This is like it is getting like this error because the calculate function allows actually 2 arguments I'm giving. So here I'm giving 10 only. Then if you're giving 20 here, then you will not get error. That is nothing but required arguments. Hope you understand, guys. You can run the program without arguments also. Once again I'm telling, yesterday we have discussed about this. Okay, the arguments are not necessary actually. You can do the program without arguments also. Okay, so let me explain one example again. Okay, anyway I will explain, guys. So now I'm getting 30, right? So okay, anyway, so 1 minute, guys. I'm removing the arguments here. I'm removing the arguments here. I'm removing the arguments here also. Okay, so now here I'm giving a comma b equal to 10 comma 20. Here I'm giving 10 comma 20. Okay, so here I don't want to return because there is no, if I'm not giving print function in calling function, if I'm not giving any print function in calculate function, then you have to give print here. You should understand carefully when we have to use printf, print here. Okay, so once again I'm telling, guys. So I'm giving print a plus b here. Okay, so whenever you're giving calculate here, you are not giving print statement. Then the calculate means it does not taking any arguments. Here it is not taking any argument. That means you have to declare without arguments here also. Then a comma b equal to 10 comma 20. That means 10 comma 20 print a plus b. That means I am giving a plus b means 30. So I will get 30 now. And in this case I don't want to use the return. You have to understand very carefully, guys, because return means if you are calling the function with print, then print of calculate you are giving like this print like this. Then you want return statement. But if you're giving like this, if you're just then print direct a plus. This much forget output. It is not the internet, but it still is getting. Please wait. Please wait. I don't know. Once again, I will run. Okay, now it is getting 30, right? That is the arguments are not there in this function. 1 minute, guys. What happened? Okay. Am I audible? Suddenly internet failure, guys. That's the reason it is getting out of control. Okay. I think some students are scolding. That's the reason my Zoom is stopping due to internet failures. So please don't scold me. I am a good person, please. Okay. So anyway, so default arguments. Let me now it will move to the next concept like default arguments. So just now I told that arguments. Okay. So now I will move to the default arguments. Is my voice clear, guys? Once please confirm anyone and at least one person. Okay, thank you. Still breaking, still breaking. What happened? So clear, some students clear, some students are telling breaking. So what should I do? Now it's clear. Okay, fine. Sometimes it is breaking. Okay, hope you understand, guys, please. Okay, so let me move to the default arguments. Python allows us to initialize the arguments at the function definition. So we have this facility. Okay. Okay, fine. So default arguments is nothing but in C language and Java we have, what happened, guys? Sorry, guys. Again, it was stopped. So sorry. Can I hear? Can you hear me, please? Sometimes it's suddenly breaking. It's clear now. I think it's clear now. Okay, thank you. So if it still happened like that, I will stop. Don't worry, please. Okay. So still we have 15 minutes, but let me continue, guys. So default arguments. Python allows us to initialize the arguments at the function definition. That means this facility is not there in C language and Java. So I will tell you with example, guys. I will tell you. I am giving print me. This is a function name, not print. It is giving like print me. So here print me is a function only. Okay. So name equal to John. That means this is the argument I am giving with value. With value I am giving. Okay. Hope you understand, guys. So now I am giving like name comma age equal to 22. Okay. I am giving like this. Okay. So if I am running this program, my name is John and my age is 22. It is getting like this. So once again I will repeat, guys. So 1 minute, let me take drawing tools, please. Okay, here it is getting like 1 minute. Okay. So here name equal to John I am giving. Okay, that means you can give the values in the, here also. Here also you can give the values. But here I am giving only one parameter. I am giving here, you can understand clearly. Okay, so here I am giving name comma age equal to 22. Here I am giving an extra parameter. Okay, here I am giving an extra parameter. I hope you understand, guys. So here I am getting like my name is name and my age is like this. For example, here I am not giving a second argument, but I am passing one argument to this value. That means this John will be copied to name and my name is like name will be printed here, and age here only I have taken like age here. That means in calling function I did not take age value, but it can allow us like this. That means you can pass the values like this. Let me explain with the previous example. I think hope you understand them. So 1 minute, guys. If I am giving b equal to or a equal to, for example I am giving a equal to 10. Okay, and comma b equal to 20 here, and I am removing this line. Okay, 1 minute. Next I am giving a comma b here. Okay, so now I am running the program. Please wait, guys. Now I'm getting 30. That means actually if you're giving like 10, 20, that's enough actually. But if I am giving like a equal to 10 here, b equal to 20, that means you can initialize the values at calling function also in Python. There is no such facility in C language and Java. You should understand carefully. Okay, so because here that means here I am passing the arguments with values. For example, if you're giving like x comma y here, if I'm giving like x comma y here, then you have to give x plus y only. You should understand very carefully because those are formal arguments. Whenever you are giving formal arguments, it is getting error because there is no b. Did not declare here. Okay, so now I am giving y here. Okay, this 10 is copied. For example, let me run it first. 1 minute. So keyword, okay, so yes, keyword argument that I am calling with keyword only, right? So I have to give a only here. So I am calling through keyword argument. That means I am giving name equal to here. I have to give name only. Okay, fine. So this is not possible. Then I have to give like x only. No problem. Okay, I am giving keyword arguments. That's the reason I have to match with keys. That's then only it will execute. Okay. Like I think you know that value is a problem at all. Okay, so one guys, and one example, then we can see you want example, but I will move the comment because I have comments to understand. So I am giving the same example. My name is like this. Why it happens? Yeah, am I audible, guys? Am I audible? Screen is invisible. So okay. So I think internet is not flexible. Screen is invisible. Why it is screen is visible? Now it is visible. Yes, fine. Thank you. So I think hope you understand this. Hope you understand, guys. Because I don't know when it was breaking. I don't know actually. That suddenly it was stopped. Yes, it is visible. Okay, fine. Thank you, guys. Let me explain with another example. Then you can understand easily, right? So here you can understand, guys. I am giving. Here I am giving print me name equal to John. Okay. This is only calling function. Print me is a function. Don't confuse. If you are confusing, I will give you another name. Like my name. I will give my name. Okay. You can give your name also function name. No problem. That is function name actually. Okay. I am giving function name as my name. Okay. So here I am giving Kumar name equal to John. Here, if I am giving name equal to John, this name will be copied to John. But age is already there. Age is already defined this value here. Okay. Then it will print my name is John and age is 22. It will display like that. And in the second example, I have given age equal to 10, name equal to David. Here I have given in a different order. That means here name is the first parameter, age is the second parameter. Okay. But here I am giving age equal to first and name is second, but it will map like it is a string, it is an integer. So now, but here we have to understand one more thing. Here I have given age equal to 10 means this 10 value will be replaced. That means this will be replaced. That's the reason I am taking like the value of age is overwritten here. 10 will be printed as age. I have given a complete comment line for your understanding purpose. Let me run it. So you can check my name is John and age is 22. Here I am not defining the age here, but I am giving the value with value. That's the reason it is not getting an error. Even though you are giving one parameter, but it is not getting any error because you are giving the value here. If you are not giving the value here, like for example, if I am removing age equal to 22 here, then you will get error. Okay, you should understand carefully, guys. Okay, because here I am passing only name parameter. If you are not passing the age value here, then it will get error because the number of arguments are different, right? In that case, it is different. If I am giving age equal to 10, name equal to David, okay. Again, I am calling different function. This is one function. This is another function. Okay, I am calling the function 2 times with 2 different arguments. You should understand carefully. I think you hope you understand, guys. Yeah, my voice is clear. My voice is clear. Hope you understand the concepts. Please let me know. It's clear. Thank you. Thanks for your response. Okay, thank you. So So I think, hope you understand, guys. Now age equal to 10, name equal to David means David will be printed, but age will be taken like 10 only. That means if you are passing this value here, this value will be replaced. Okay, this value will be replaced. That means age equal to 22 will not takes. Okay, so anyway, I will continue with the remaining concepts. Before going to that, I would like to introduce you Bhavani from third CSC. She is a latter student. I think, hope you received the matrix multiplication program yesterday. So 1 minute. 1 minute. So Bhavani, please unmute yourself. Please unmute yourself. Hello Bhavani, can you hear me? Hello Bhavani, are you there? I'm not getting your voice. One minute. Hello? Yes, sir. Okay. But just speak. You just speak, please. Your internet connection is unstable. So I think you're talking. Your voice is not getting. Bhavani? Actually, she written the program for matrix multiplication, you know, guys. So yesterday I have shared that also, and I asked her to minimize the code. Okay, I asked her to minimize the code actually. So she done that also. I'm not understanding. Voice is not audible, sir. Okay. Yes, yes. Bhavani, I think you are. Please unmute yourself first. Once I will mute, and again I ask to unmute. So once again you unmute yourself, Bhavani. Hello. I think you have some mic problem. Do you have earphones? If you have earphones, just remove the earphones. You can speak directly then. I'm unable to hear your voice. So actually I asked her to reduce the code actually. So she submitted the code again. Okay. So anyway, I think she's having some problem with the mic itself. I think so. So 1 minute. She submitted the code again. Okay. So this is the matrix edition of matrix program. Yes, sir, I am talking, but am I audible, sir? No, your voice is not getting. Why I don't know actually. Even the attendees also are not telling that. Telling that your voice is not getting. Actually, she is interested to explain the program, but her voice is not getting. Hello, students. Is my voice is getting to you, right? Please mention in the chat box, guys. Is my voice clear? Yes, my voice is audible to all of you. But Bhavani, your voice is not audible. Anyway, no problem. You can explain the another program. Don't worry. No worry. Okay. So anyway, guys. Yes. Her voice is not audible, but she is a very good girl. I think she is sending the programs. Okay. So she reduced the code, the matrix addition program within 13 lines. You can check here, and I will explain, guys. I will explain how you have to take. Okay. So let me run this program first. Enter the row size. If I'm giving like 2, if I'm giving like column size 3, enter the matrix elements. Okay. I'm giving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 by 3 means we have to enter 6 elements only. For example, if I'm giving like enter second matrix elements, So enter second matrix elements. I am giving like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 again. So now I am getting the sum of two matrices C's. Now do one thing. Okay, 1 minute. Do one thing, Bhavani. You just exit from the Zoom and you can rejoin. Then you may get the voice. Do one thing, Bhavani. Okay. You just exit from the Zoom and rejoin. Yes. She left. No problem. Actually, she is very much interested to explain the program. So 1 minute. And some diploma students also submit the assignments. I'm very happy, guys. So yesterday I shared one more PDF of matrix addition program. She done by diploma third year students. Okay. So I have given the permission, Bhavani. Can you please unmute yourself? Hello.
Yes, sir. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, you are audible now. You are audible now.
Okay, sir.
Okay, please continue. So I have
Okay,
given
sir.
the elements. Okay, I have given the elements like 2, 3. You can comfort any number. If you're taking 2 by 2 also, I will explain in that way. Okay. So
Okay, sir.
I will wrote here. So all participants, can you please confirm her voice is clear to you? Please confirm anyone. Yes, your voice is audible to them. No problem. You can go ahead, please.
Okay, sir.
తెలుగులో చెప్పండి పర్వాలేదు. అంటే అందరికీ కంఫర్ట్ గా ఉంటుంది అంతే. ఓకే చెప్పండి.
First of all, I would like to say thank you, sir, for giving me this opportunity. So the execution starts from first statement, that is m equals to int of input enter row size. Here the compiler asks the row size. That means if we take m equals to 2. So here we take m equals to 2. So then again it shift to next statement, that is it asks about column size. Then we take n equals to 3. So here also take n value equals to 3, that is column size. So we printed the statement like enter first matrix element. So again move to next line, that is m1 equals to int of input of. Okay, why I am writing this statement? Because of for reducing the code length. Here this is like a list comprehension. Here it verifies from right to left. Here the first statement in right is for I in range of m. So m value we taken as 2. That means it verifies the range from 0, 2. Here I value is 0. Then it moves to inner loop. That means j through. So j value 0. The ij values is 0, 0. Then we enter input. So here we enter input is 1. In the console we enter input as 1. So again j value is incremented by 1. That means j will become 1. So in 0 and 1 position we will enter value as, in the console suppose we entered value as 2. So again j value is incremented by 1. That means j equals to 2. 2, 2 the range function explicitly ignores. Then again console moves to for ith iteration. That means I value is incremented by 1. So I equals to 1. Then it moves to inner for loop, that is jth loop. J value again starts from 0. So I value is 1 and j value is 0. So sorry guys.
J value will be repeated 3 times because I am taking loop 3 times, right?
Yeah, 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
3 times, sir.
Yes. That means
So
J value 0, 1, 2. I think hope they understood. Like no problem. I think everybody understanding, right? So that means this is nothing but this will be written like first you should write this line, okay, for I in range like this. Then after that you can put a colon. This line is under for j. That means this is called list comprehension. She is done like this. G in range. and that colon, and this int input of line is there in here. So that means that's the reason I value 0. It will take starting from 0, and that means I have given like 2, and J have given, I'm giving like that means I value is G 2 only, because I'm giving like I in range of M only, right? M only means it is taking 2. So 2 means I will be iterated 2 times, 0 comma 1 only. But I am checking J value for J in range of N. N means I am giving 3, that means 2 by 3. So that means the J value will be iterated 3 times, that means 0 comma 1 comma 2. So it will be iterated 3 times. So in that way it will executed. Okay. Yes. One minute. Yes, you already sent in the chat box, right?
Yes, sir.
You already sent in the chat box, Bhavani, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I sent, sir.
Very,
I sent, sir.
very good, very good. Let me copy this, please. Let me copy this. Please wait.
Okay, sir.
Please, anyone confirm? Can you hear me? It is getting any problem? Please tell me, anyone. Yes, no problem. Audible. Thank you, guys. Thank you. So don't leave anyone. She really done a very excellent. That program is very good, I think so. So let me explain, guys. I think hope you understand, because whenever it is entering all the loop, all the elements, it will take so much of time, right? So 1 minute, guys. So actually, this is the length. This is the line actually. M1 equal to this line. M1 equal to this line, and A in the next line. Let me see. Have to give space, and we have to give for, and we have to give A, and we have to give append like this. So these 5 lines will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These 6 lines will be converted like those 2 lines. For example, I am giving M1, M2, M3. I am giving like one line, single line only. She written like that. Okay. So now you can continue. No problem. I think hope they are already understanding like why you are taking like this. Okay.
Okay. Okay,
So
sir.
you can continue with second matrix elements, and let me remove all the elements, and
Okay.
you can take, for example, I will take here 2. I will take 3 here, and
Okay.
tell me about M2 also, second
Yes, sir.
matrix.
In M2, first verify right to right, right to left. That means for I in range M. So we take M value as 2. So I value initially starts with 0. Then it moves to inner for loop. J value is also 0. In 0, 0 position, suppose we enter value 1, and J value is incremented by 1, and I values remains same 0. In 0, 1 position we enter value 2, and again J value is incremented by 2. So 2 comma 3 condition satisfy. That means again we entered value 3. J value becomes 3. So 3 comma 3, the range function explicitly ignores the iteration. Then it moves to outer for loop. So I value is incremented by 1. Then it moves to inner for loop J, and J value again starts counting. That means J value is 0. In 1, 0 position, we store value 4. And again J value is incremented by 1, and I value is also 1. In 1, 1 position, we store 4. Sorry, 5. J value is incremented by 2. So 2 comma 3, I value 1. In 1, 2 position, we store value, suppose 6. Okay, I value is incremented. So jth iteration loop will terminate, and control moves to outer for loop. I value is incremented by 2. Then we take M value as 2. So 2 comma 2 range function explicitly goes. Then control moves to next statement. So M3. Here I taken 0 first, because of we already know about in matrix addition, resultant matrix will always taken as 0, and again the process repeats. So for I in range, I value is 0, and again moves to J value is 0. In 0, 0 position, in all positions it returns 0, because of I take as 0, rather than I take int of input of I take 0, because of storing purpose.
Yes, very good, excellent. Next, move to the print statement. No problem.
Okay. the sum of two matrices is. So it will be displayed on the output screen. So here for I in range, I value is 0. So the range is m. M value is 2, though I value starts from 0, 2. So I value is 0. For j in range, j value also starts from 0 in 0, 0 position. So m3 of ij, m3 of 0, 0 equals to m1 of 0, 0 plus m2 of 0, 0. In m1 of 0, 0, the value is suppose 1, and m2 of 0, 0, the value is also 1. So 1 plus 1 will be added 2, and it will be stored in m3 of 0, 0 location, and prints that value as 2. So end equals to space, it gives end equals to space, and again print, and again move to j iteration, j value is incremented by 1.
I
So
think
1 comma
hope
1
they can
comma
understand
3, the
definitely.
condition.
I think it is very clear, guys. Please respond in the chat box. I think what she is telling, hope you understand everyone, right? So I think this condition is very easy, right? Because we are printing the statement with a single, because whenever I am giving the logic with, I have given a detailed manner actually, but she reduced the code in this way. Yes, it is very clear. Everybody is saying, okay, that's not an issue, Bhavani. So very good explanation.
Okay, sir.
I thank you.
Okay,
I thank
sir.
you. Okay. So thank you very much.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. So I'm very happy, guys. So this is the way you have to think. Okay, this is the way you have to think, and you have to understand the concepts. As a really, I'm very happy about this, and I have already forwarded this question to your mail ID. Today I have sent a link. That means every day I use it to send a Python programming class link. I have already forwarded this code anyway. But if you want it, I will forward to chat box now itself. Okay. So this is the class I would like to tell you guys, and tomorrow and day after tomorrow I don't want to take the class, and I will take the class on Monday. Once again I especially congratulate Miss Bhavani. So she is a later student actually, and she is really good at programming, and her way of thinking also very good, and I hope everyone should be think like that. And if you are explaining in this way, I'm also very happy, because so you are understanding the concepts in this manner. I'm really very happy, because I have written almost 25 lines of code for matrix addition, but she done very good. Okay, so because I have given the elements directly, but here I'm not giving the elements, I have given a task to you. That's the reason you have done in this way, but this is very important, guys. So have a nice day and stay home, stay safe. Thank you, and thank you once again, Bhavan, and thank you all of you guys. So if you have any more questions, I will wait for a few minutes. Yes, I will wait. No problem, Veervani, you can go ahead. No problem. I will wait for a few minutes. If you don't have, if you want to leave, no problem. You can leave, and I will send the material to your mail IDs, which are registered by you. Okay. So don't worry. So I will show which mail ID I will show. Okay. So for example, you're attending the classes, right? So every day I will get attendance like this. So for example, I told you in the last class I am getting like 1 minute, guys. So for loop important examples, 1 minute. Attendance report, text files and Python. So yesterday I have discussed this at 4:15 p.m. right? So this is the attendance duration. How many students are attending the class? How much duration it is? And their mail IDs also I will get like this. Okay. So and Bhavani asking that how my mail ID will get. So let me check Bhavani. So or I will check with the roll number. Once I will check with roll number. So definitely you will get it. So Bhavani, 1 minute. BHAVANI. Okay, so 238 and 515 okay, so these are the various Bhavanis are there. I think yesterday you have attended, right? That means if you are attending, I will get your mail ID here. Okay, so you can easily find it here. So but here, which for example some students are there 19 minutes. Okay, I have already told that. So some student here he is a very super guy. So some student like one, he is only presenting in 1 minute. He is very super guy. So I remember their name. So I will send like that. I think hope you understand, guys. I think today there is no doubts, right? So please improve in this way. So I'm very happy. So if you're listening, if you're understanding in this way, I'm really very happy. So please, guys, do hard work and learn programming. So you definitely get the good job in MNCs. Thank you. Bye bye. Stay home. Stay safe. Take care.